Hello, I'm Simon.
I'm Greg.
We are Cinematic Films, and welcome to our complete guide to eloping in Scotland. We really do feel that Scotland is quite possibly the best place to choose for an elopement.
We might be a little biased on that.
We probably are, because we are two Scottish natives who have been making wedding films and elopement films for couples for over a decade now. We've been to America to shoot weddings, Norway, all over. But really, Scotland has always drawn us back, and for many of the reasons which you might be drawn to the country as well. So this is why we're making our guide to help you with your elopement planning.
Yeah, and speaking of Scotland and our country, one of the first steps you're going to want to do when planning your elopement is choose a location. So you've chose Scotland, but where in Scotland you want to elope? We've obviously got a whole range of forests and epic mountains, and you could choose to be by a loch or you could be by the sea. So you'll want to try and decide what you want for your elopement. And for some inspiration on that, you can check out our other guide on the best places to elope. It's linked below.
Absolutely. And I suppose once you've picked your location, the next thing you might want to think about is the time of year. There are pros and cons. Scotland's obviously known for its rainfall. In fact, my favourite saying is today's rain is tomorrow's whiskey. But obviously we are also known for not having a very long summer, but that's not actually true. That's just what we tell tourists to keep them away.
Yeah, it's at least a couple of days.
It's at least a couple of days. So yeah, it depends on what kind of vibe you want. If you don't mind the cold weather and you'd love a kind of snow, then the winter is probably going to be more suited to you. If you don't mind people and tourists and you wanted to just enjoy the weather, then obviously summer.
Even if you go with summer and it is busier season, we've got some hints and tips and tricks that can sneak away to secluded spots and avoid those crowds a bit more. So if you've chose your location and time of year that you want to elope, you're now going to start looking at suppliers. So filmmaker, photographer potentially.
And celebrant.
Yeah. So in Scotland, you can have a variety of different ceremonies. You can do just a civil ceremony with a registrar. You can do a symbolic ceremony where anyone can do your ceremony. It's not official. The one we like the best is a humanist ceremony.
I was just about to ask what your favourite one was out of all those.
Yeah.
Mine's a humanist ceremony, mainly because it's so personal. I still remember my first humanist ceremony, learning all about the couple and hearing your story, and man, yeah, there's something quite cool about them. Plus, obviously, they incorporate some of the more traditional aspects of a Scottish wedding or elopement. The hand fastening, for example, or the quake ceremony, also very cool.
There's a lot of humanist societies in Scotland. One that we've worked with a lot is the Humanist Society of Scotland. They've got a load of suppliers that you can choose from. You can find the link further down below on our website to their page. Have a look at who's available in the area that you want to elope to. And that celebrant can also help with some of the legal stuff that you have to do to make the marriage official.
Yeah, so this is another reason why I love Scotland so much, is because the ceremonies that we have here are actually legally binding. Unlike many other countries that they do elopements but more symbolically, this is actually truly a wedding. You are married legally, and I don't know, there's something quite special about that for me. But I suppose, if you're looking at celebrants and you're maybe now starting to think of the legal documents that you might have to sign. So down below, again, there's another link to the M10 form, which is your marriage notice form, which you have to sign 3 months before your ceremony, but no less than 29 days.
For more guidance on that, you can check out the official Scottish Government webpage, which we've also linked further down.
Yep. And just be aware, if you're coming from abroad, you'll also need your marriage visitor visa. Marriage visitor visa, not the easiest thing to say, which you can check out on the UK government website. Another link obviously below.
And as part of that paperwork, you'll need to nominate 2 witnesses. You need to have 2 witnesses present on the day to sign your paperwork. So you can if you're eloping, you're maybe not bringing any family or friends with you. So yeah, you can choose your filmmakers to be the witnesses or your photographer. We've been witnesses for a lot of our couples, and it's always such a massive honor. Like, filming their elopement is one thing, but also being the legal witness on their paperwork is quite a big honor.
Yeah, it also comes in handy if you have a broad back to lean on while signing the legal documents, because you might not think about this, but like when you're out in the hills, there's no flat surfaces to write on, so that's always fun to be a table for for a ceremony.
Once you've arrived in Scotland, you'll want to collect that marriage schedule from the local registry office to the ceremony spot that you've chosen. You've got up to 7 days to collect that, so just once you've arrived, collect it as soon as possible so that you've got it for the day.
Yeah. And once that's done, that's more or less all the hard stuff over with.
Yeah.
Obviously remembering to bring said documents to the ceremony on the day, or you can't get married. A piece of advice here that maybe some people forget is just to take a breath and enjoy this moment. It's been a lot of planning. It's not easy planning an elopement, but this is your time to just look at the world around you and realize what this moment is to you and your family. So,
yeah. And now that the wedding day's over, you've got one more thing to do to make it legal, which is return that paperwork to that registry office again. So you have 3 days to do this now, but our advice is just do that the next day. Just get that done so that you can then enjoy your honeymoon, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we've made it seem easy to elope, and it is with the right guidance. We are here to help with that. If you have any questions that we haven't covered, you can go to the bottom of this guide. There's a contact form. Just throw us an email and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We only do so many weddings a year. We're not like a wedding machine. We really do spend a lot of time crafting our films. So we maybe do a handful, for like 15 weddings a year maybe. So we really do want to help, not just with the film and making your elopement look cool and capture something that's really genuinely important to your family, but to make the experience of planning and just the whole trip as enjoyable for you as possible.
Yeah, and if you're looking for more inspiration on like where to elope in Scotland or the best places in Skye to go, then check out the other guides on our website.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we will see you personally, face to face soon. But if not, enjoy your elopement, enjoy your trip. Slán.
Cheers.